that was when the ghost appeared.
Midnight, Monday, the perfect time to summon some serious childhood trauma. Welcome, Ghosties, to the Summer of Slime special. Tonight, we're kicking off a 10-episode journey into the deepest recesses of our 90s television nightmares. I'm talking about the Holy Grail of Snick, the show that made us all look at the bucket of play sand differently. Are you afraid of the dark? Can we just appreciate that intro for a second? The dripping sink, the creepy clown doll in the attic, pure, unfiltered anxiety for a 7-year-old. Tonight, we're going right back to where it all began. August 15th, 1992, Season 1, Episode 1, The Tale of the Phantom Cab. Submit it for the approval of the Midnight Society, and all of you watching, let's dive in. Our story tonight is told by Frank, his very first night trying to get voted into the Midnight Society. And right out the gate, he hits us with a classic horror trope, getting absolutely lost in the middle of nowhere. We meet two brothers, Buzz and Denny. Buzz is the younger, geeky brother who is desperate to prove to his older, cooler brother Denny that he's not a total loser. So naturally, Buzz takes charge of navigating their hiking trip. Spoiler alert, he uses the compass right next to his massive metal belt buckle. Spins him in circles and gets them stranded in a pitch black, deeply unsettling forest. While they're panicking, a strange guy named Flynn pops out of the fog. He looks like a 90s drifter, leather jacket, flipped up cap, and instead of giving them normal driving directions, he leads them to a dilapidated cabin in the woods belonging to a doctor. And not just any doctor, this episode introduced us to arguably the greatest reoccurring character in the entire series, Dr. Vink.
Dr. Vink?
Vink, with a v.
Played beautifully by Aaron Tagar. Dr. Vink is a mad scientist who collects specimens and has a borderline obsessive relationship with riddles. He tells the boys they can use his phone to call their parents only if they can solve his riddles.
Question.
Dr. Vink hits Buzz with the first riddle. How far can you walk into the woods? Buzz, being the smart kid, nails it. Halfway, because after that, you're walking back out. Boom, easy money. Then Vink drops the real test. A riddle about a barrel. What can you fill a barrel with to make it lighter? Buzz freezes. He can't solve it. Denny gets impatient, calls Vink a nutbag, and Vink loses his absolute mind. He kicks him out into the dark, but not before hinting at what his specimens actually are, showing them a littered, severed hand in a glass jar. The boys run for their lives, burst through the trees, and miraculously find a taxi cab sitting in the middle of the deserted forest. Relief, right? They hop in, but who's driving? It's Flynn, the guy who told him to go to the cabin in the first place, only now the headlights hit his face and Flynn looks, well, entirely decomposed. Flynn turns his head all the way around like this.
You might say, I sort of died.
Flynn turns his head all the way around like the Exorcist and tells them, you might say, I sort of died. Turns out 40 years ago, Flynn failed Dr. Vink's riddle. He had to give Vink his hand as a specimen, crashed his cab into a massive tree, and died. Now his ghost is cursed to drive unsuspecting victims straight into that same tree to die and become new specimens for the doctor, unless someone can solve their riddle before the crash. So now the cab is hurling through the woods at breakneck speed towards a massive oak tree. The doors are jammed, Denny is panicking, screaming out wrong answers like helium. But right before impact, Buzz gets an epiphany.
Or can you? Wait a second, there's a trick here.
The answer to the riddle. Holes. You fill it with a barrel with holes to make it lighter. Buzz screams it out. The curse breaks, the phantom cab vanishes in the thin air, and the brothers wake up safely on the forest floor, where our normal park ranger finds them. They survive, their brotherly bond is healed, and back at the campfire, the Midnight Society unanimously votes Frank into the club. So how does the Tale of Phantom Cab hold up today? It's a solid 8 out of 10 for a premiere episode. It establishes the perfect formula. It doesn't rely on massive blood and gore. It relies on atmosphere, tight pacing, and genuine suspense. Dr. Vink is an immediate icon, and the visual of Flynn's head spinning around is still genuinely creepy practical effect work for a kid's show. It set the bar incredibly high for what Snick was going to deliver every Saturday night. That wraps up our first slice of nostalgia for this Midnight Monday. But the summer of Slime is just heating up. Next week, we're moving on to episode 2, and oh boy, it's a heavy hitter. We're visiting a certain funhouse, and we're meeting a certain brightly colored, nightmare-inducing clown. That's right, next week is the Tale of Zeebo the Clown. Lock your doors, don't answer any riddles from strange men in the woods, and I'll see you right here next Monday at midnight. And remember, it's fun to be afraid of the dark. Good night.